Do you feel like you keep cleaning but your house is still a mess? In fact, there are some seemingly harmless habits that are quietly cluttering up your space, and worse, keeping your mind from ever truly resting. Hello! Welcome back to the place where we simplify our lives, not so that everything is perfect, but so that you can breathe a sigh of relief when you walk into your own home. In today's video, I'm sharing 10 small but hidden habits that are sneaking up on you. If you want a more organized, livable space without making too many changes, this is for you. Let's get started. Habit 1 is always look for better. Have you ever been like this? Someone shares a magical way to fold clothes. You try it right away. Then a few days later, you read about another method and you change it. Then the next week, you switch to organizing your fridge by the hottest color trend. Sound familiar? This is the trap that many people fall into. They are obsessed with finding a better way instead of focusing on making a simple way work for them. There's nothing wrong with wanting to improve, but if you keep chasing after the new, you'll always be stuck at the starting stage. Solution: pick one method. Whatever method you find suitable, and practice it consistently for a short period of time every day. 10 minutes of cleaning every day is much more effective than 2 hours of reorganization every month. That never gets done. This way, you're not just cleaning your house, you're building a steady routine for yourself. And if you're looking for some simple tips, the almost effortless kind that will help you keep your house tidy every day, then this next video is perfect for you. In it, I'll share some small habits that are okay to be a little lazy about, but will still help keep your house clean and your mind clear, and I hope you won't miss it. Now back to today's content. Habit 2 is living for the ideal version instead of the real you. Have you ever kept something because you thought, I'm going to start drawing someday? I'll bake more often when I have free time. I'll definitely wear this outfit to yoga class one day. We all have an ideal version in our heads, more diligent, more creative, more active. And often we buy things for that person, the person we think will become. I used to keep a big box of bread ingredients because I thought I'll learn to bake by the weekend. But over the years, what I really needed wasn't flour, but time off. If an item only exists because you hope to use it, but not because you actually use it, then it probably belongs to a different version of yourself, not the current you. Freeing yourself from unrealistic expectations is also a way of cleaning up. You don't need to be someone else, you just need the space to be yourself right now. Now let's move on to another habit that you probably have. Habit 3 is hesitation. One thing that makes cleaning difficult is hesitation. You stand in front of an item and start to hesitate. Should I keep it? What if I need it later? I'd regret throwing it away. And so you leave it there to think about later. Every time you delay making a decision, you unintentionally keep an item that no longer has real value to you. Gradually, they accumulate into messy piles that make you tired every time you see them. Then I realized a very simple thing that anyone can apply. If you have to ask yourself, should I keep this? That's a sign that it's time to let it go. If something is really necessary or you love it, you won't hesitate. You'll realize right away, I use it a lot. Or I really like it. Now let's move on to the next habit. Habit 4 is regret. A very common reason why the house is always messy is fear of waste. You keep an item not because it is still useful, but because you spent money to buy it. You say to yourself, it's still new. It's a pity to throw it away. At that time, I spent hundreds of thousands. Who knows, I might use it again later. I used to keep a slow juicer for 2 years. I bought it with the intention of living healthy, juicing vegetables and fruits every morning. But the reality is, I hate washing it. And it's heavy, takes up space, and collects dust for 24 months. Every time I see it, I don't feel inspired to juice, I just feel guilty. Then I learned one thing. You pay for the item. If it's good for your life, it's a good thing. If it makes you upset, just consider it a lesson and throw it away. If the item doesn't serve your current life, it's taking up space, energy, and peace. Give yourself permission to let go so that the failed investment doesn't become a long-term burden. Now let's move on to the next habit. Number 5 is know or wrong memory box. Have you ever been stuck in a rut when it comes to cleaning up things that remind you of a certain memory? A birthday card from 10 years ago, a small gift from a trip, a silly drawing your child drew when they were little. And because you can't bear to throw it away, you keep everything, no categories, no limits. The result, precious memories are mixed with hundreds of things that you can't remember why you kept them. Instead of being cherished, they become part of the mess. The solution here is review your memories. Consider which ones you no longer care about, then get rid of them. As for the precious ones that you can't forget, you can create a memory box, a permanent place to keep only the things that really touch your heart. It doesn't have to be big, it doesn't have to be much, just enough to make you see, these are memories worth keeping. When you curate, you're giving those memories a place of honor instead of letting them get buried among the things you no longer need. Let's move on to the next habit. Habit 6 is not clearly classified. Things don't have a home. One reason why your house always feels messy is that there are too many items that don't have a fixed place. They are wanderers, odd batteries, spare pens, charging cords that you don't know which device to use. You temporarily put them in this drawer, then the next day you find them on another shelf. When you need them, you don't know where to find them. When you don't need them, they keep appearing. I used to have a drawer that I jokingly called a black hole. Everything that I didn't know where to put them all went in there. And the result, every time I needed to find something, it took me 3 times as long digging, getting frustrated and tired. The solution is very simple. Every item in the house should have a home. Whether it's a paper clip, a phone charger, or a spare battery, choose a fixed place for it. And when you're done using it, put it back in that place. When everything has a place to go, your head feels lighter. You don't have to manage memory for the whole family anymore because the system does it for you. Now let's move on to another habit that you probably have. Habit 7 is leaving things lying around instead of putting them away. One of the seemingly small habits that can make your home messy the most is putting things down instead of putting them away. You bring your bag home and leave it on the chair. Open the mail and leave it on the table. Take out your coat and hang it on the chair next to your bed. A little bit of each item, it seems fine. But then suddenly you realize that every surface has become a temporary storage place. I used to think that leaving it here and putting it away was normal until it became a habit and I had to spend the whole day cleaning up things that I should have put away in a few seconds. Since changing this simple thing, don't leave it here and put it away right away, my house has become much tidier without having to clean it every day. You don't have to be spotless all the time, but if each item has its proper place, you'll have less to worry about and more time for other important things. Now let's move on to the next habit. Habit 8. Eight is keep or buy things to soothe your emotions. When you're feeling tired, sad, or stressed, it's easy to hold on to old things because you can't bear to throw them away or to buy new things to make yourself feel a little better. Maybe you keep old clothes from a loved one because you don't want to face the loss. Or you click add to cart after a bad day because the feeling of shopping makes you feel better, at least for that moment. But the truth is, those things don't heal you. They just make your space feel smaller and you feel more tired. When you realize you're keeping or buying for the sake of feeling, not because you need it, stop for a moment. Instead of buying or keeping, you can journal. Take a walk, call a loved one, or simply sit still, breathe, and allow yourself to be sad. Facing your true feelings is sometimes the best solution to make you feel better. Habit 9 is not setting a deadline for cleaning. Have you ever had this intention? I'll clean out the garage this weekend. I'll organize my closets when I have time. I'll take the bags to donate tomorrow. But then the weekend gets busy. Tomorrow is postponed to next week. The bags just sit there. The cleaning is hanging in the balance. That's why you need something extremely simple, a specific deadline. Not the do it when you have time kind, but this Saturday, 9:10 a.m., I'll clean out one drawer. I'll take the donation bags to the car before work on Monday. I used to procrastinate putting things away to the point where they ended up back where they were because I forgot. But when I started scheduling and setting a time like any important task, I saw much more progress. Decluttering doesn't have to be a big campaign. With just a little bit of planning and commitment, you'll soon find your living space and your mind becoming much more organized. Now let's move on to the last habit. Habit 10 is taking on all the housework because you think, let me do it faster. Have you ever thought like this? Explaining to someone else how to do it takes longer than doing it yourself. I'll feel better after I finish cleaning. Well, I'm used to it. I don't need to ask anyone. It sounds reasonable. But over time, you become the only one doing everything. Cleaning, organizing, checking toilet paper, remembering every item in the fridge. And then you're exhausted. Not just because of the work, but because you have to remember, worry, and carry everything in your head. I used to think my family doesn't help because they don't care. But it turns out they don't know I need help because I don't say anything. I just do it silently, then I get tired, then I feel uncomfortable. Since I started sharing more clearly, I need people to help with this. With that, I received more support than I thought. You don't need to be a superhero at home. Housework is a family affair. When you let others share the burden, you're also giving yourself a chance to breathe easier every day. So there we have it, 10 little habits that can silently make your home and your mind heavier every day. If you find yourself guilty of one, two, or even all of these habits, don't worry. You don't have to change everything at once. Just start with one small thing and stick with it every day. Because every item you let go of, every decision you make is a step toward a lighter life. Let me know in the comments. Which habit do you feel like you're most tempted to change? I'd love to hear your story. And if you're looking for even simpler tips, the almost effortless kind that still make your home feel cleaner every day, then the next video is perfect for you. In it, I'll share some small habits that are okay to be a little lazy about, but still help keep your home clean and your mind light. See you there.